The year is 2025. Tensions are rising between the United States and Iran. Iran has been developing its drone and missile capabilities. These weapons pose a direct threat to U.S. bases in the Middle East. Diego Garcia, a strategically important base in the Indian Ocean, is particularly vulnerable. Iran has threatened to attack this base. They could use Shahed 136B drones. These drones have a range of 4,000 kilometers. Iran could also use missiles. While Israel has degraded Iran's missile stockpile, the threat remains. Iran has other options for attack. They could use naval drones and missiles. These could be launched from surface vessels. However, these vessels are vulnerable to U.S. countermeasures. Iran also has numerous short-range ballistic missiles. These could target U.S. bases throughout the Middle East. Over 50,000 U.S. troops are stationed in the region. Senior Iranian officials have made specific threats against these bases. The situation is tense. The risk of conflict is high. The U.S. military is aware of the Iranian threat. They are taking steps to protect their bases. This includes deploying missile defense systems. They are also increasing surveillance and reconnaissance. The U.S. is also working with its allies in the region. They are coordinating their defense efforts. The goal is to deter Iran from attacking. The U.S. is also trying to resolve the situation diplomatically. They are engaged in talks with Iran. The goal is to revive the nuclear deal. This would limit Iran's nuclear program. It would also reduce sanctions on Iran. However, these talks have been stalled. The situation remains dangerous. The world is watching closely. Israel is a key player in the Middle East. They are a close ally of the United States. Israel is also deeply concerned about Iran's nuclear program. They view it as an existential threat. Israel has carried out numerous airstrikes against Iranian targets in recent years. These strikes have been successful in degrading Iran's military capabilities. However, they have also increased tensions in the region. In October 2024, Israel carried out a major raid on Iran. They destroyed Iran's Russian S-300 missile systems. This has left Iran more vulnerable to airstrikes. However, Iran is working to rebuild its defenses. They are also developing new weapons systems. Israel is also concerned about Hezbollah. Hezbollah is a Shia militant group based in Lebanon. They are backed by Iran. Hezbollah has a large arsenal of missiles. These missiles could reach deep into Israel. Israel has been working to degrade Hezbollah's missile capabilities. They have carried out numerous airstrikes against Hezbollah targets in Syria. These strikes have been successful in destroying some of Hezbollah's missiles. However, Hezbollah is still a potent threat. Israel is facing a complex security environment. They are surrounded by enemies. They are also facing a growing threat from Iran. Israel is determined to defend itself. They are willing to use military force if necessary. However, they are also seeking a peaceful resolution to the conflict. The United States is also taking military action against Iranian-backed groups in the region. In February 2024, the US and UK carried out airstrikes against Houthi targets in Yemen. The Houthis are a Shia militant group that controls much of Yemen. They are backed by Iran. The US-led strikes targeted Houthi weapons storage facilities, missile sites, and air defense systems. The strikes were intended to degrade the Houthis' capabilities. They were also intended to send a message to Iran. The US-led strikes were supported by a number of countries. These included Australia, Bahrain, Denmark, Canada, the Netherlands, and New Zealand. The strikes were condemned by Iran. They vowed to retaliate. Iran is facing increasing pressure from the United States and its allies. They are under heavy sanctions. Their economy is suffering. However, Iran is determined to resist this pressure. They are continuing to develop their nuclear program. They are also supporting their allies in the region. The situation in the Middle East is volatile. The risk of a wider conflict is growing. Iran is also working to boost its defense industry. They are showcasing new missile, drone, and air defense systems at international arms fairs. This is part of an effort to increase arms exports. Iran is also seeking to strengthen its alliances with China and Russia. These alliances give Iran access to advanced technology and military equipment. Iran is facing a growing threat from the United States and its allies. In response, they are strengthening their ties with China and Russia. Iran signed a 25-year strategic partnership agreement with China in 2021. This agreement includes economic, political, and military cooperation. Iran is also receiving military support from Russia. Russia has provided Iran with S-400 air defense systems. They have also helped Iran to upgrade its missile program. The United States is concerned about the growing ties between Iran, China, and Russia. They see this as a threat to U.S. interests in the Middle East. The U.S. is also concerned about the potential for these countries to coordinate their actions. This could make it more difficult for the U.S. to deter Iranian aggression. The situation in the Middle East is complex and dangerous. There are a number of ongoing conflicts. These include the war in Yemen, the Syrian civil war, and the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. These conflicts are all interconnected. They are fueled by regional rivalries, sectarian tensions, and outside powers. The United States is seeking to manage these conflicts. They are also trying to prevent Iran from becoming a nuclear power. However, the U.S. is facing a number of challenges. These include the rise of China, the resurgence of Russia, and the growing instability in the Middle East.